What's all the P.M.S. with Coach G? It's positively motivating sisters with purpose, meaning, style. Are you ready for positive conversations inspiring you to your next level? Do you need motivation to get you growing? Are you a sister, woman, leader, boss, mom, wife, female, her, she? I think you know what I mean. Are you seeking purpose in your life? Do you know the meaning for which you stand? Do you know your style is your unique authenticator? If you answered yes to any one of these questions, this podcast is designed with you in mind, which embodies the whole you, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and spiritually. Sisters, we are on a journey in connecting you from where you are to your what's next with purpose, meaning, style, and it all starts with you. Hi, this is Coach G, your Chief PMS cheerleader, motivating and wanting to see you win in your personal and professional life, your connector, guiding you and bridging the gap from where you are to your what's next. I am your leadership and growth coach, strategist, empowerment speaker, author, mom, wife, Christian, and I get to serve you in doing what I am passionate about. You, sisters, we are on a journey for you living your life on purpose, for purpose, with purpose, meaning, style. Thank you so much for listening in, whether it's your first time, whether you've been here with me from the beginning, or maybe you've just listened to a few episodes. So I encourage you to continue to listen and share with someone else that you feel like can be blessed by this podcast. And you know what? There's other ways that you can support the show. Yes, I appreciate that because you supporting the show allows me to continue to show up and continue to empower other women on their journey. So you can go to the show description, support the show, click that link, and it says buy me a coffee. But again, I'm a tea drinker, but it's just to donate to this show as we continue to empower other women. So we are in episode 68. Ready, set, go. We know that phrase, right? Ready, set, go. But this is ready, set, go, don't stop. Tips in keeping your momentum. Now, as I said, I thank you for allowing me as I share in this space and you listen. And this is a way we can keep our momentum going. You know, it's not one of the tips that I'm going to share, but I'm just going to start out with that, to say this is a way we keep, although we are being motivated, this is how we can keep our momentum going, whether you're striving for a new goal or whatever that is. So, Lao Tzu states, give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. This is what we get the opportunity to do, to feed you through education, insight, techniques, growth strategies, how to's, all for you to grow in your personal and professional life, not just for the moment, but for a lifetime. When you think about a lifetime, it is ongoing, it doesn't cease. I think you can agree with that, right? Can you think about a goal or something you are aiming to achieve? You are already prepared, excited, and yes, motivated. You are set in motion, moving forward with an end goal in mind, or how I help my clients go from where they are to their what's next. Because we realize your dreams, aspirations, goals keep you driven to your next. So you are in go, charged up mode. But can we be honest? As we strive to move into something we desire or go higher, whatever your higher is, there may come a place or time we lose our drive. We consider giving up, stopping, plain and simple. We begin to lose our momentum. Maybe because it seems like this is taking too long, or maybe you've listened to the wrong conversation telling you it's not going to work. Or maybe someone downplays your dreams as a fantasy and you actually entertain the thought that maybe they're right. You are unclear, maybe frustrated, or overburdened with all your tasks and to dos, and it looks like you are not making any tread. Maybe some of that sounds like you where you are, or maybe you're not even there. But then again, as you listen to this, maybe when you come to a place, you'll be reminded, but this is how we keep our momentum. So, with all that being said, today I want to share tips. Well, I say PMS tips, right? And keeping your momentum because clearly we are not in this space to give up and quit. So, I am here as your chief PMS cheerleader, empowering you to win in your personal and professional life. Yes, I'm cheering you on. Yes, I'm motivating you, but not for the moment, but for a lifetime. And that's a choice. And you get to choose to be in actively involved. Now let's get into a few tips in keeping your momentum. One of those tips is take an inventory of your why. We often talk about that why being your foundation, how important that why is. But this is your time to take a moment not only to remember your why, but analyze what makes your why so important. Because again, you're ready, set, going, and but sometimes we get lost or we slow down or we lose that momentum. So at that time, you get that opportunity to look at your why. Who's involved in that why? Is your why still relevant to where you are? Because you know what? If you look at your why and it's like, this is not working, this can signify a change in your why is necessary because things change in our lives. But that why is that foundation that you can go back to. You know how I said, go back to the drawing board. When you go back to that and you look and you say, okay, this is why I'm doing this. This is why this is so important to me. And then another one is conceptualization brews innovation. Okay. It's time for creative thinking to foster new ideas and out of the box thinking. Because you're looking and maybe you're starting to feel like you're losing that momentum. Okay, this is the time to just kind of let me foster some new ideas and let me start thinking some things out of the box. Begin to collaborate with others, surrounding yourself with those who challenge you to bring new perspectives and transcend any limiting beliefs because maybe now that maybe this particular goal seems so big for you or it's at a higher level, it's something it's unknown and you're starting to feel like I'm losing my drive or maybe this is not me. Okay, get around people who can challenge you to think higher, to challenge you to let you know it can be done. Because believe it or not, negative thoughts can limit your creativity and your momentum. So, not only for your own self, but also those that are around you, what's being said around you, and know your personality type. Knowing your personality outside of, oh, that's the way my mom, my dad, grandmother, my family, that's the way we do or think. That's just the way we act. Getting to know you more can spark energy, give you knowledge, and what excites you from the activities you're involved in, from your surroundings, and even realize when you are at your best, when you are most active, and even when you probably are most relaxed, or maybe you're in that mode, okay, I'm not quite creative at this point when this particular situation is happening around me. If you've never taken a personality test, I encourage you to do so. You have paid and free assessments. Just to name a couple, you can go to 16personalities.com. That's 16personalities.com. You have the Myers and Briggs. So take the time to get to know yourself on a deeper level. Know your personality. Man, last week, if you didn't listen to our episode last week, we talked about, I had a guest with us, Gloria Jean, and she actually talked about behavioral styles and actually a disc assessment, which I had the opportunity, as I mentioned in the episode with her, like, hey, I've never did that before, and had the opportunity to do that. But it nurtures, it gives you a spotlight, it gives you a perspective, it gives you a lens of, it gives you a playwright of, huh, that is when I function my best. That's when, I'm a little bit more calm in my thoughts. Or maybe that's why I'm so centered, or focused on a certain task at hand. It's not that I don't want to be social. So, those are just some of those things, just realizing again, too, not only that, like I said from last week with the behavioral styles, but go ahead and take it deeper and know your personality type. And then another one is just move in the direction that propels you beyond the pitfalls. Maybe your move is nurturing relationships which positively feed into each other. Not only the fact of someone feeding into you positively to help you, move through obstacles or barriers, but you also offering that as well. So you working together, moving in that direction that propels you beyond the pitfalls. That could be time for you to deprive the negative thoughts. Here we go again, because those negative thoughts are keeping you trapped in, I'm going to say this, Neverland. Thinking if it hasn't happened, it's never going to happen. So start with what ignites the passion in you. It may be time for reigniting those areas you feel depleted and set a new frame of mind. And then my last and always favorite, I told you I'm your chief PMS cheerleader. So I want to cheer you on. I want to celebrate you. But you know what? You have to celebrate yourself. Take the time to celebrate. We always talk about that. A lot of times, that's always a lot of tips that's so necessary because it boosts your energy. And so take the time to celebrate, relish in your success. It's okay to sit in it and simmer in it for a moment. Don't stay there. But no matter how big or small, don't wait for the big goal for you to achieve it. Do it as you're moving towards that goal, that small thing, because this helps keeps you motivated and it boosts your momentum. And isn't that what we're here for? To continue to keep your momentum. So when you celebrate, think about it like this: you're shining a spotlight. And sometimes, let's say this, maybe someone who's an introvert may be thinking, oh, okay, that's embarrassing. I don't want to, toot my own horn, or I don't want to celebrate. I don't want to put the spotlight on me. But we must allow that light to shine our way, and even as we celebrate others, because that celebration shines a light and it continues to forge you ahead. So now let's celebrate how you are nurturing your growth. You are listening to this podcast and keeping it going because you are in the ready, set, go, don't stop of growing your personal and professional lives, not just for the moment, right? But for a lifetime. Now, that can mean expanding, maybe for the first time, you're saying, you know what, I want to get me a coach. That could be in the form of one on one. It could be group coaching because you have a group that you want to coach, or it could be your leadership team. Or can we broaden the growth through seizing the opportunity from my empowerment, speaking for your leadership team, whether it's your organization, maybe it's an event you're having, wherever you are, I am here to serve you as your leadership and growth coach strategist by connecting you and living on purpose, for purpose, and with purpose. And I invite you to look into what services apply to you or someone you believe will benefit from the services offered. You know why? Because you have a choice. And as always, growth all starts with you. Now let's win together on purpose, for purpose, and with purpose, meaning style. And I'm going to add this week, not just for the sake of just being motivated for the moment, but continuing to stay motivated and keeping your momentum so you can continue to grow for a lifetime. So, sisters, keep listening, keep growing. Leave your comments. Please rate this podcast. That is so important. Your comments matter because I always say your voice matters. Supporting the show helps us to continue to expand, and sharing the love by sharing this podcast to any other woman who you feel can be blessed and empowered by this show or any other services and products offered. And in saying all of that, thank you so much for listening. And until next time, sisters, let's keep growing because it all starts with you.